Hi friends, welcome back to the Guitar Spa where we bring you all the beautiful guitars reviewed just for you. And finally, I managed to get this Indian Rosewood FURC or FURCH, as many Asians would call them, FURC, from Czech Republic. Just came in the Pioneer ER. E stands for Engelmann top, and Indian Rosewood, solid Indian Rosewood for this travel size guitar that is full scale. I mean full scale in terms of 14 fret joint, and the scale length is 24.2. Okay, the width here is just slightly below 13 inches, so it's really small, and almost just slightly above 3 inches and below 4 inches below. Solid top, solid back and sides. Okay, normally travel guitars don't give you um, for price, because of price, I mean, they give you either they call it layered top, that means 3 layers, Indian rosewood, let's say, or and then mahogany or plywood, and then Indian rosewood, or just laminated, right? Laminated back and sides. But this one has Indian rosewood back and sides, and it also has a binding on the front, which is black binding, and no binding on the back. You can, as you can see, and this one has the booster sound port. The booster sound port is rather than a big hole, which I don't really like, is they do slots here, and it gives you that like 3D effect on this guitar. 1 3/4 neck, tusk nut and tusk saddle. I've re-radiused the saddle to correspond to the fretboard radius and raised a little bit because of the, once I straightened the neck, the action was about zero, maybe half at the 12th fret. Okay, and I needed to increase the height because the radius also, so that the dynamics of this is evidently heard, which you can hear it later, the dynamics. Okay, so this guitar comes with the X brace that's forward shift, that's open up. There's no tone bars on this. So what I mean by tone bars is, let me just show you. This X brace is forward shift as much as close to the edge and widen, right? So this X brace is open as much as possible, and most travel guitars don't have this tone bars here. Okay, when you don't have this tone bars here, the top, especially in high humidity areas, will tend to swell and the bridge will lift, so it's very expensive. So it's very interesting is what they do is the X brace is individually tuned for the guitar, but the this bridge plate, instead of having a very small bridge plate, they reinforce the whole bridge plate all the way up here, maybe double the amount here, and the bridge plate is much thicker than normal. So basically, rather than put tone bars here, they reinforce the bridge plate all the way up here in a circular motion, maybe about 2.5 inches away from the edge, and it reinforces this part to give you that rigidity and structure. So this guitar is made with structural integrity. And then they have the new, this is the interesting part, I have a neck here, the new CNR composite reinforced composite neck reinforced system that is built. Okay, I'm going to just show you why this is important, because you have a carbon fiber that is reinforced the whole neck truss rod, and then they have this special aluminum to reinforce, because a lot of times, okay, I'm just doing this, so a lot of times the 12th fret, sometimes they have this bump, and this with the neck extension is where the stress joint comes in, right? Okay, and what they do with this new system is they added this cock here. This is my own. Okay, I use it to show you, because there's one bolt here and there's one bolt here, which is like a reinforced cock that is, I think, almost like double the size of this, onto the neck block. Okay, so so what they say is it has the artificial intelligence built in artificially. Why I say that is especially artificially, it will automatically reinforce, right? Automatically, um, it's automatic, where when this thing expands, when humidity expands, so when humidity expands, this expands, the neck will shift itself backwards this way, tilt that backwards. So that will give you the pitch of the neck as you. But if this strings, and then the neck will just go up. So it's actually a self-compensating neck system, which is really, 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 really. They could have charged really much more and don't have to put it on a tribal size guitar like this Pioneer. So you're getting a lot of value for this. But most importantly is you can see from here, just from here, you can see the saddle, the black tar saddle is extremely high. So when the neck is extremely high, it's pitched back, this is extremely high, and you notice because it's a travel size, the here it's in the middle of this whole area, the surface area. So this will actually vibrate. Whereas in the middle, right, between here and here, whereas let's say a dreadnought, let's say a dreadnought here, it's not between here, it's not in the middle. It's slightly higher a little bit. So you probably need some reinforcement here. So that's where I need to explain this, because so when you hear the guitar, it's like, why it's so responsive, why it's so loud. It's like 20-30% louder than normal guitars, right? Comes to 118 die-cast tuners, okay, and the mahogany neck, okay, the reinforced, and this one comes with the arrow backs, okay. So Engelmann spruce stop, normally you won't see Engelmann spruce stops on small guitars. Why? Because Engelmann's costs is normally an upcharge of 100 to 200 euros, or 100, 200, at least 200 euros, right? More expensive. They could have just saved money and put a thicker spruce, because low quality, right? But here you go. So you can hear how good, how loud it sounds. The Engelmann spruce stop. The Engelmann spruce stop is very much like the European spruce, right? It starts with very clearer, but the trebles are sweeter, right? So after a year, 6 months down, or a year, you find that it's so sweet, right? Of course, the headroom compared to Sitka spruce is not that high, right? But it's maybe at the 80%, 70% here, right? But this one, because the way it is braced, and then with the smaller sound hole, you have this cavity here, the sound hole booster, that brings up that additional tone that is on this guitar. Let's Honestly, this sounds like very close to a Goodall parlor, right? Right now, a Goodall parlor, if you buy Engelmann spruce top and Indian rosewood, will cost you about at least 10,000 Singapore dollars and above, which is about 7,000 US dollars. And you're just not getting a gloss finish, you're getting a satin finish on this. Indian rosewood, the weight of this is 1.74 kilograms, okay? And if you might take off, let's say, the pickup and the battery, this should be about 1.6 kilograms. Okay, the mahogany I did was about 1.4 kilograms, right? So 1.6, because of the density of the Indian rosewood, you have slightly the increase of 200 grams, right, in terms of weight. But this, if you want a fuller sounding guitar, then the Indian rosewood is fantastic. You hear? Fantastic. Still sustaining, huh? One, two, three, four. Incidentally, these guitars are all available through Heirlooms Music. Heirlooms, HEIRLOOM Music. Okay, this one is actually sold, and this is actually sent in to me to set up, and I can say, you may ask me, hey Jarvis, there is the full mahogany, there's the Indian rosewood, and there's mahogany. Which one should I pick, right? Let me just give you my thoughts for it. If you really like something that is loud, something that is deep, then the Indian rosewood with Engelmann will be great. However, when you have a travel size guitar like this, when you normally play at home or even small groups, if you like a woody organic tone, then the mahogany one will be very, something that's sweet, that is woody with this organic. Then the Engelmann and mahogany will be really a great choice. If you want something that is unique in terms of you playing a lot of blues, a little bit more organic, then the mahogany top, the full mahogany will be the great one. And if you listen to three of them, you may say, hey, which one should I just pick? I can't really tell you, right? I can't really say strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, which one do you like? It all depends, it depends on your mood, right? It depends depends on what do you want to use it for, right? And I think if you want something that is small, that you can carry for, let's say, Thursday band practice, you don't want to carry a big size guitar, but you just for rehearsal, then this will be one with a pickup. You can use it for small groups, or maybe to bring it to, let's say, a chalet on a weekend, we can get away. This is the one. You can carry this to Malaysia, Thailand for the weekend, or even to Batam. Very nice tone. I love to get very sweet even in my earphones, right? Let's do the let it go, let it flow, right? like this guitar. This is ebony fretboard, ebony bridge. What can I say, with a lovely gig back. Beautiful, even if you use it for personal worship, right? Lord, prepare me, be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me for you. Great intimate small guitar, just below 13 inches here, 3 inches here around that, and 4 inches. Scale length 24.2, really short scale, but the necks are all pitched down nicely, so you got a high saddle, extremely loud, you can hear. The Lord, oh my soul, praise the Lord, oh my soul. Woo! I love this guitar, okay? Lovely guitar, nice guitar. These are all available. Remember, I like the feature of this CNR composite neck reinforcement. Like what I said, the whole truss rod, there's also a carbon fiber built in, so this neck is stiff. When the neck is stiff, when the neck is robust, it gives you the sustain also, because this will transfer to the body and then vibrate, right? And then the notes are slightly fatter, as you can hear. And then this aluminum just reinforces the between the 12th to the 14th fret, right? And then you have this special compensating, okay, like an AR system, right? AI, you know, automatic the adjustment, right? It will automatically adjust accordingly the pitch of the neck depending on the humidity. So you have a self-adjusting, self-regulating neck system that normally companies won't use it on a what do you call, maybe a travel size guitar, but maybe on their higher end guitar, because they want to sell more. But I just want to thank FURCH for doing this. Okay, if you like this review, give me a thumbs up and tell me how you feel about this, and give me your views on this. Okay, till my next review, I said live with passion, play guitar, allow love, joy, peace, health, and wealth to be multiplied in your life. If you want this guitar, go to Heirlooms, say that you saw this guitar and ask for a discount. Try this guitar, and then you will know why I said this is one of the best travel size guitar in the market. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye.